storm over the desert. Alright. Oh, I'm a tank. Nice. This reminds me of that Wii game. When we play. Whoa, giant soldiers. Soldiers 4 times the size of my tank. Yeah, but anyway, point is, my friend said he wanted a Wii real bad. I asked him how much he'd be willing to pay for one, and he said he'd be willing to pay full price for a new one. And I told him I'd sell him my used one for $250 plus the 2 games I had for it, my GameCube memory card, which I just recently bought, and the 3 GameCube games I had. And he said deal, which worked out great for me because I never played my Wii. I had 2 games for it. I had Zelda and the Resident Evil 4. Probably the best version of Resident Evil 4, but I could still play that on any other system. I hated playing that thing for GameCube. Horrible for GameCube. Don't know why I didn't like playing it on GameCube, but I did. Probably because I don't like the GameCube controller. Nintendo hasn't made a really, really good system since Super Nintendo. The Nintendo 64 was pretty good, but it's not nearly as good as Super Nintendo. You'd be fucking kidding yourself if you thought that Super Nintendo games or 64 games were as good as Super Nintendo games. But yeah, I had 2 games for it. Mario, or fucking Zelda, and, Jesus, I just want to die now. I had Zelda and Resident Evil 4. And I bought Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. A friend gave me Phantasy Star Online for it. And, my brother bought me Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, which is not fun playing by yourself. It's just not fun. You need friends to play that. And the 4 connector cables, and 4 Game Boy Advances, which nobody has Game Boy Advances anymore. I think I have 2 friends who had Game Boy Advances. Only one of them had connector cables. And the one friend who did have the connector cables had it because he bought the game when it came out. So I sold the Wii to my friend, and I bought a brand new PSP, Kratos Edition. I played my PSP more in the first 4 days that I had it. After I got my memory card for it, that is. In the first 4 days I had it, than I ever played my Wii. Yeah, I played like Final Fantasy Tactics, which is the first game I bought for it, for around 40 hours. Haven't touched it much recently. I've played Metal Gear Acid for over 20 hours at least. Metal Gear Acid 2, that is. God of War I played for 6 hours. And I beat Resident Evil in under 20 hours. Touched Zelda for 5. If you count my Metal Gear Solid time, then you add 7 hours, maybe, because I like to watch the cutscenes. I played Phantasy Star Online for about 3 hours. Once I realized it was just a boring dungeon hack. God, I want to fucking die. Can I die? Is it possible? Fuck, this game may never end. Oh, I ran into him and he died. That's lovely. And I barely played Crystal Chronicles. I played it for a few hours because my brother bought it for me, and I had to, appease them by doing it in front of him for a while. It's just one of those things you have to do with Christmas presents, Yeah, I died. I just want to die now. Please just kill me. Kill me, please. I'm regretting taking all the knives out of the room. Coffee. Ugh. Hate coffee. He's hoping to keep me sober enough so I could play this game. If I could, I would have a beer right now, but unfortunately I'm at my dad's house and he doesn't like alcohol. He doesn't like to be around people who drink alcohol. Otherwise, right now I would have a 6-pack of Mike's right here instead of this pop and coffee. Because I love Mike's. And that might be the only way I can survive this game. The sheer boredom I'm experiencing at this moment. What the fuck is with the giant soldiers running across the screen? Are they super soldiers? Are they Godzilla? What is that thing? Fuck. And they appear halfway across the screen. Half this shit appears out of nowhere. I'm running into shit trying to die. This is the toughest fucking game to die in. They didn't say the games get easy once you get to yellow. I think the colors are actually supposed to indicate how hard the game is. But if that's the case, then they're fucking wrong. Because this game is fucking simple as hell. And it's really hard to die because you can't even go fast enough to run into your enemies. They don't shoot at you, except for the other tanks. They haven't shot at me. They just go from one side of the screen to the other. And when they do shoot, they outrun their own bullets. Oh, look, one other shot. Kill me, please. Yes! Fuck, I have another life. Fuck, 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 fuck. Getting tired of talking, man. I want to go on to the next game. This game, it's not poorly designed, but it's fucking boring. If you want to play a game with tanks, go play Jackal. Because that game fucking rules. Pretty much anything made by Konami or Capcom for the Nintendo fucking rules. Mega Man, DuckTales, DuckTales 2, Castlevania, Metal Gear Solid, Jackal, Life Force. All those games fucking rule. If you want to play good games from Nintendo, just look for those two companies. They hardly ever put out a bad game back in the day. Like, never. With Square, you could actually easily go wrong on the Nintendo. The only game they had worth a damn was... Fuck! How many lives do I have? 5? The only game they had worth a damn was Final Fantasy. And, you know, if you're not into RPGs or hardcore level grinding from the 80s, then it's not even worth your time. Because I'm not into level grinding RPGs. I'm into RPGs with story and, you know, different combat systems. As long as the combat system works and the story is engaging, I will play it. You know, Final Fantasy VI was the first console RPG I ever played. And it was my favorite because it was story-driven. The characters were all completely and fully realized. Fuck, another life. And, it had one of the best villains of all time. It was a great motivator. He, you know, proclaimed himself as God halfway through. What kind of... That's the most badass villain I've ever heard. Fuck, I'm an hour and 10 minutes into this thing. And, you know, Final Fantasy VII. Decent combat system. And, good villain. Final Fantasy VIII, however... I don't know who the villain is yet, and I was on the 3rd disc before my memory card got completely erased. Yeah, I had one of the... It was like 6, 7 years old that finally erased itself. I had just gotten, like, to the 3rd disc, and I was like, no! Because I've never gotten past the 1st disc until then. That was the first time I'd ever gotten past the 1st disc, and I was pissed. It has no clearly defined boss. Thank you, God. That game actually had an intro screen. That was kind of cool. Oh, yay. We're on the last part. Mash Man. Oh, great. I'm the guy with the big feet again. But anyway. Yeah, they had no clearly defined enemy. That's great. No clearly defined enemies. Or, you know, boss. The combat system and level system was completely broken. But midway through the 1st disc, I had Kiraga. You know, the best healing spell in the game, and I junctioned it to my hit points for the Squall. And he suddenly had 9,000 hit points. Any game where you can get 9,000 hit points before the end of the 1st disc is fucking broken. I've battled this with people for, you know, years. People are like, Final Fantasy, it's a good game. You know, that's what makes it good is the fact that you can, you know, exploit it if you're smart enough. I'm like, no, any game where you can get 9,000 hit points by the end of the 1st disc, it's fucking broken. Thank God that's over. Mash Man, you suck. They came. I came too. Not really, this game would never make me come. Fuck. Oh man. have overlapping vocals on some of these videos. What? Oh, great. Black screen again. Fuck you, game. Fuck you. Fuck you. I hope this fucking game is recording. Let me just check real quick. Alright, continue.
Make your selection now.
Hour and 15 minutes. The game is gonna be the end of me. Fuck.